Go. Yeah.
Food, culture, impact. What's in it for the Black People Media is proud to support The Woodline, located at 1200 East 79th Street. The Woodline is an innovative economic center for the entire family. Stop by and try our jerk-inspired menu. Plus, get details on our new Igloo Dining experience. Restaurant, event space, cultural space. For more info about reservations or our COVID-19 friendly space, visit us online at www.thewoodline1200.com.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Great Sunday morning to you wonderful people. Welcome to the Kickback. We are live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. This is the Kickoff Kickback, live every Sunday from 10 to 12 noon, taking you right up until kickoff, getting you ready for the full slate of Sunday games in the NFL and around the league. Thank y'all so much for choosing to be a part of the conversation. As always, we appreciate you. Your input is valued. It is appreciated. My name is Herb Howard. I am sitting in the number one seat today because our usual point guard is out of the studio, but he is nonetheless still rocking with us as usual. T-Tom, what's happening, brother?
Brothers, you know I can't miss a Sunday kickback with my bros. No matter if I'm on the other side of the world, I'm plugging in with my brothers for the Sunday kickback, just so you know.
T, what up?
Got to get it done. That's Ron Rilla. Shout out Ron Rilla handling all the business behind the glass in the production studio. We appreciate you, brother. But my name is Herb Howard. I am guest point guard today. Usually I'm on the side waiting for T to pass me the ball. Always in his rightful spot is none other than Eugene McIntosh. G, what's happening?
Man, you already know, brother, like you and Cousin Two say, blessed and highly favored, man. Good to be here with the brothers on the gloomy Sunday, man. It's finally feeling like fall around this joint. It was about 75 last week. I'm like, man, is the global warming shit kicking in? Or what, man? But yeah, it's fall. It's the crib. It's the kickback. I'm in it with the brothers, man.
Hey, man, I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all up. Hope y'all got some rest, ready to get ready for this slate of Sunday games. Get your drinks ready if you want to. You know how we rocking. It's a kickback. I always got something going on the side over here. So I hope y'all getting yourselves prepared as well. Terrence, we got a big slate of games this week, man. How you feeling about the week in general?
I'm feeling good. You know, I'm looking forward to the second half of the day. I feel like it's a bunch of games that's going up against Tiger Woods and the Masters final today. We don't have any Bears to worry about today since they're taking it. You know, they're going to be going in the Monday Night Football game. But, man, I'm excited for today. I feel like it's a bunch of good matchups. I can't wait to tell you guys what you guys' picks were this week. So I'm looking forward to that as usual.
You always be on that, bro. That's usually not a good sign for me and Gene when he say he can't wait to tell us how we did.
You know what? I'm actually proud of you brothers this week, man. Plus, I got some fake fantasy expert news for you guys coming on later in the show for sure.
Listen, if you don't know, this is the first time that we will be taking the kickback a full 2 hours. Usually we go for 1 hour, but because of popular demand, you guys said it needed to go a little longer. We've decided to extend it, so we will be taking you right up until the first games kick off at 12 noon. So sit back, relax. We've got a great show for you. We're going to be talking to DJ J Illa. He is the official DJ of the Chicago Bears. We're going to talk to him about what it's like to be DJing in Soldier Field when there are no fans there. Does he feel more responsibility? What is that kind of like? And I want to know, the way the Bears season has gone, what song would J Illa best used to describe where the Bears sit right now? So we're going to be talking to J Illa coming up at 10:20. Going to check in with that brother for a little while. And later on, we should be checking in with Young Wayne as well. He is entertainer, man, host extraordinaire. He's with the Jordan brand, with Nike, does this thing all across the country.
That man is nuts.
He is an absolute fool. He's been doing his Wayne's picks every week, and he's been doing pretty well. So we're going to bring him in later on when we get to our picks, check in with Young Wayne out in California.
Young Wayne, man, my boy. Wayne used to hold it down on the on the Nike scene, on the Jordan scene.
Yeah.
Great host.
Chi-Town, born and bred, man. Went to high school with the brother. He is a Whitney Young Dolphin. Shout out to the Dolphins, man.
Should have been a Dolphin.
Should have been a Dolphin, no doubt, man. So we're going to check in with that. Got a great show lined up for you guys. And we're going to get into some Bears talk. See,
I had to rotate the mic so y'all can see my face when we talk Bears, because I'm not going, Joe.
You still ain't going?
Fuck no.
Hey, you know what? I got to admit, though, you was right. Terrence, he was right when we was 5-1. And I'm like, man, we 5-1. Why? He was right.
Gene tried to tell us for sure on numerous occasions this season, man, that the wheels were going to be falling off around this time of the season. It sucks that it's actually happening, but I feel like it's some light at the end of the tunnel for this week, man. A couple of things that we never thought was going to happen actually happened this week. So I'm looking forward to seeing if we're going to see a difference in the offense, if we're going to see a difference in the defense now that somebody else is calling the plays.
Yeah.
I know that David Montgomery, unfortunately, is going to be sitting this one out, but they got, I feel like they have a competent backup running back who I wish it didn't take an injury to get this guy in the game, but I'm looking forward to seeing what Lamar Miller has left in his tank for this Bears offense. So, Gene, I'm not off the cliff yet,
I'm looking
bro.
at my phone trying to share the video because I'm not even listening to you, man.
Gene is completely off the bandwagon. Okay, Gene is completely off the bandwagon. He's not trying to hear anything we're saying. But rightfully so. How could you blame him? As far as the last couple of weeks are concerned, man, it's been bad.
No, it's been bad. They haven't been playing good football. They haven't been able to run the ball. They haven't been able to score many points. They haven't been able to play complementary football and be able to support that defense. I think I've heard some things from the defense this week that's kind of let me know they understand fully where they are in terms of their need to not only play good defense and limit other teams from scoring, but also to put some points on the board themselves. They have to be able to take the ball away. Last week, Cal Fuller had an opportunity on the very first drive of the game to open the game with a pick six. It was tailor-made for him. All he had to do was catch that ball. He could have jogged into the end zone. He didn't catch it. Those are the opportunities that the defense has to be able to capitalize on, because fact of the matter is the offense isn't going to be able to continue to put up points consistently. They've shown us that. But I'm excited about the potential to see Lamar Miller as well. I want to see if the young kid from Oregon State, Artavis Pierce, if he has something left. I want to see if Ryan Nall can produce the way we've seen him produce at times in the preseason. He had his first touchdown last week. See if we can get something out of those running backs. Obviously, you missed David Montgomery, and now that makes our top 2 running backs at the beginning of the season gone. Obviously, Tariq Cohen is gone for the season with the torn ACL, right. And now you have David Montgomery in the concussion protocol, so he's out for this week. We'll see what those other guys can be able to produce. But, Terrence, you mentioned, I guess we kind of buried the lead. Coach Matt Nagy has relinquished play calling duties. He's handed it over to offensive coordinator Bill Lazor. Gino, is that going to make a difference?
Fuck no. Look, man. Y'all been making excuses for these guys all year. What is this, week 9? I don't care if Bill Belichick from 03 popped up on the offensive coordinator, man. Ain't nothing you can do with that offense, man. I told y'all from the beginning of the year, this offense, talent-wise, is overrated, man. Like, people think Allen Robinson is a very good wide receiver, but he's not a number 1.
Oh, he's a number 1 now.
No way,
come
man.
on.
Come
no
on.
way.
I'm not saying he's top 5. He may not even be top 10, but he's legit number 1 receiver.
Okay, maybe that's what I meant. He's not at the, when you talk about top receivers in the league.
Is he elite? No, I say he's like that second tier.
Okay. Well, that's what I meant. No disrespect, Allen Robinson. Like I said, he's a very good wide receiver. They're not, again, there are only a few. Name the top 5 receivers in the league right now.
Let's go rapid fire with him, T. I'll take DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, 1.
Julio Jones.
2. Devontae Adams. Michael Thomas, that's 4.
Yeah.
Give me 1 more.
Y'all want Michael Thomas, Devontae Adams, OBJ?
I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if I would put Julio Jones in front of Allen Robinson
That's
right now.
That's the end of the show, y'all. We'll catch y'all next week.
Oh, man.
We'll catch y'all next week. Shut it down. You going to take Allen Robinson over Julio?
Right now, at this point in their careers, I feel like Julio is on the opposite side while Allen Robinson still has, I feel like, his best years in front of him. And you see, this is the bad thing about not being able to be in the studio, because Gene gets to say whatever he wants, okay? He gets to say that Allen Robinson is not a top 5 receiver and get away with it.
No, top 5?
Not,
hell
no,
no,
not
man.
top 5. But he's certainly a number 1 receiver
100%.
on most teams in the NFL. Without question.
What about Keenan Allen? What about Keenan Allen?
That's the level of receiver Allen Robinson is.
That next tier. If
you the only nigga to throw the ball to, hell yeah, you gonna be the top receiver on the team. Come on, man.
Who's throwing the ball to him?
There you go.
That's even ball to Allen Robinson.
Back to why this conversation started. This offense is truly overrated, and I didn't mean to even start with Allen Robinson. But if you look around the offense totally, offensive line, wide receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, the offense is average at best, man. This is a mid-grade. This is a Reggie Miller offense, man. 1996 brickweed offense.
Brickweed offense.
Here's the biggest issue with the offense.
Seeds, stems, sticks, brown.
It's in the little manila envelope.
Come on, man. 107th and air. No, that was some flame.
109th
and state bags.
I agree with everything you're saying. The offense is totally mid, all right?
Okay.
But Allen Robinson has nothing to do with it. I feel like if it's anything that the offensive play calling and, responsibilities won't change is, the offense still won't be able to block. It won't do anything to the offensive line, man. That offensive line is still terrible. And now they have a running back who hasn't played in damn near a year. You know what I mean? So, yes, I'm interested to see what that new mind behind that play card, somebody different calling plays, I feel like was needed. But is it going to fix the biggest problem? Absolutely not. So the biggest problem is still the offensive line.
So let me ask you guys a question. What's going to be the next excuse? Where are we going to go from there when the Bill Lazor offensive strategy doesn't work?
So I don't really think it's about finding excuses. I think it's just about being honest about the personnel and the ability of that offense. They don't really have the ability to be a dynamic offense right now.
Right.
The offensive line is the biggest problem, as T says. And, they may get their center, Cody Whitehair, back this week. He may be coming back, and if he does, that should help a little bit. But that's not going to help Charles Leno get any better. That's not going to help Bob Massey get any better. That's not going to help whoever is playing guard this week, because they pulling guys off the street at this point. Literally, they just signed Eric Kush, who's a journeyman. He played with the Chiefs. He played with the Bears.
Right.
He's a tough guy. He's a veteran, but he ain't finna really move nobody around like that.
There was a reason why he was available.
Right? You still on the street week 10 in the NFL
Always
season.
the reason, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so, the offensive line is still going to be the offensive line. I do like the talent out wide at wide receiver. I like Allen Robinson. I also really, really like the rookie Darnell Mooney. I am still a fan of Anthony Miller. I think there's some potential there with him to continue to improve his game as well. So I like the talent outside. You get in the red zone, Jimmy Graham is always going to be a threat. Cole Kmet hasn't been used as much as he should have been used to this point, but I do think there's some talent there. So in terms of the guys we can pass it to, I like that. You're missing your top 2 running backs, and your offensive line is trash. Your quarterback has been suspect for the last 100 years. So it is what it is in terms of that. But, I think that, again, if they can play complementary football, if everything you do offensively and everything you do on terms of special teams is to complement what you can do defensively, the Bears have a chance against anybody, and I think they have a chance tomorrow night against Minnesota.
Well, again,
I can tell you don't agree.
No, well, we talk about. It's bear down or nothing. Let's get that straight from the beginning. It's bear down or nothing. But when you started the conversation talking about takeaways,
yeah,
there's no way we win a game with this offense and we don't take the ball away at least one time.
I think they got to get 2 takeaways tomorrow, and I think they can. They got to get 2 takeaways tomorrow. They got to limit what Dalvin Cook's going to be able to do. We got to take a break. When we come back from break, we are going to be joined live by my favorite DJ, for real. DJ Illa will be joining us. He is also the Chicago Bears official DJ. I want to talk to him about what it's like DJing in an empty stadium. Going to talk to Jay Illa on the other side of this break. This is the Kickoff Kickback. We'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
Whatever happened to you falling in that grocery store?
Your guess is as good as mine. My auntie said she knew someone. I gave her all the information, but that was 3 weeks ago and I still haven't heard anything.
You still got time to talk to the lawyers at the CLN.
The CLN? What's that?
It's the Chicago Legal Network, a group of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of law, especially the laws most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. Plus, all the lawyers at the CLN all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community.
Sounds like I definitely need to contact them.
Say less. I can text you everything you need to know. So if you're ever injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information. Or call 773-912-3545. That's 773-912-3545. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing Black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your Black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
And we are back live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. This is the Kickoff Kickback. Every Sunday at 10 a.m. we get together right here with you. We get you set for the full slate of Sunday games. We talk all things Bears and all around the league as well. Told you all we had a very, very special guest joining us this afternoon. My favorite DJ, DJ Jay Illa. He is the official DJ of the Chicago Bears, and he is live at the Kickback. Illa, what's happening, brother?
What's the word, fellas? How y'all doing?
We all good, man. Appreciate you taking the time to chop it up with us.
Jane, what's up, man?
Illa, what's good, baby boy? Good
Yes,
to
sir.
see
What's
you,
good,
man.
Jay?
Good to see you, man. I miss. You know me, man. As I got older, man, I stayed away from. I got farther and further away from the club life, but it was always a must. Anytime I saw my boy pop up at one of them special events, House of Blues, found out you was the Bears official DJ. DJ J Illa. For everybody that's out there listening, DJ J Illa is probably. Okay, maybe not even probably. DJ J Illa is the most complete DJ in the world of Chicago music, man. I seen Illa turn out a whole different type of sets, man, and I was very impressed, bro.
Let me double down on that, man. He is absolutely the best. He is absolutely the most complete DJ. I've watched the brother rock out and seamlessly, I'm talking seamlessly, like you didn't even know it happened, transition from trap. I'm talking about the same set though. Trap, gospel, some country, some R&B, and all of it is a smooth value. You literally didn't even know you heard a country song come through, some things that you was just vabbing out to some G's, and I'm talking about seamless, smooth. He is absolutely the best, man. His musical catalog in his head is incomparable to anybody else, man. He's a super dope brother. He knows how to create a vibe for any event. In my opinion, he is the absolute best in the game, period, hands down.
Real talk.
Well, I appreciate the kind words, my good brother. Terrence, what's up, man? It's always good to see you.
Always.
I appreciate the support that you've given me over the quarantine, man. You've been consistent. You've been dope, my brother. Thank you.
Well, let's hop into it, man. Now that we've officially said that Illa is the GOAT, it's because he's
Illa.
He's Illa. He ain't nobody Illa, man. That's a fact. So it is what it is with that, man. Illa, I do want to say, man, just one more thing to commend you, man. I appreciate everything that you've done during this quarantine to kind of keep the vibes rolling, keep the positive energy flowing, man. You've been going live and hosting these virtual parties that's really created an entire community of people to come together. I've made real personal friendships and connections just based off you going live and people that I know now, and it's been a real valuable thing in helping people get through this unprecedented year that we've been dealing with, man. You didn't have to do it. You've chosen to do it. You set up and you got your home DJ booth set up right there with all of the most exclusive. First of all, the kick game is crazy too.
Oh man, he definitely the man.
you know, Illa is coming correct with the shoes. That's
man.
For sure.
The man staying a new pair Air
Max game is bananas, man. But I really appreciate what you've done through the quarantine.
Thank you.
Nah, for real. All right, let's hop into it, man, with the Bears. Let me ask you this, man. While we on this topic of quarantine, what is it like to DJ in an empty stadium? Do you feel like more responsibility to bring the energy since the fans are not there?
Nah, because I'm actually contracted to be the players' DJ, so I play what they want to hear. So nothing has really changed on the musical front. You know, I play the music that will necessarily get them amped up and ready to play, whatever that looks like. So from that standpoint, you know, I mean, to be honest, the music that they want to hear is not necessarily the music that the fans want to hear anyway.
Right.
Truth. There's a bit of a demographic change between the star players for the Chicago Bears and the people who have season tickets at Soldier Field. That's not necessarily the same demographic there, so I understand that difference. Let me ask you this, though, about the difference in the players, right? So you got guys that Anthony Miller and Tariq Cohen and Eddie Jackson, and they want to hear, you know, Javon Williams. They want to hear a certain type of music, but you also got, you know, Cody Whitehair and Brent Urban. Do you try to, you know, cater to both of those guys, or there's some guys who kind of take the lead, like, nah, play this and don't worry about the rest of that?
Exactly.
You know what's crazy? When it comes to them being on the field specifically, all they want to hear is hip hop. Like,
Makes
you know,
sense.
at first it would be like, all right, you know, throwing some country, yada yada. But now, like, even Nagy has said personally to me, like, yo, he's noticed a difference in the way they practice when hip hop is playing as opposed to anything else. So, like, even if I play a hip hop song that he don't think brings enough energy, like he'll just be like, which means on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? So, and he'll tell me to go up, like volume level to the point where like I'm redlining, I'm trying not to blow speakers. So like it's dominated by hip hop. In fact, I think Mitch had I think Mitch said, you know, on his personal time, like he listens to country and smooth and stuff, but when he lifting weights or he's on a football field, all he want to listen to is hip hop.
Well, we've seen the videos from Club Dub. We know how they like to turn up, so they want to hear the same music on the field too.
Ain't been no Club Dub in a few
Here
weeks.
Here you go. There has not been a Club Dub in a few
We
weeks.
need to fire.
They just don't hiatus for a couple of weeks. It's all good.
Fire the Club Dub bouncer. But hey, Illa, man, how did you get the gig, bro? Like, how did you get the gig, and what was it like when you got the news or got the call?
So, I'm gonna make this long story as short as possible. So, the director of like the entertainment, I call her boss lady. She had been a promotory a few times, like over the years, and she had heard me rock. As y'all know, I'm always rocking a promotory. and she was trying to get the Bears were one of the few organizations that didn't have a DJ. So she was trying to get Pace to get ownership to sign off on having one. So once they got the green light, then she contacted people that we knew, which put her in touch with my manager too, and two made the deal happen. So it was actually in the works for probably about 2 years before it actually happened. And what's crazy is like they really made me feel like I'm a part of the team for real. Like Pace has personally talked to me and gave me his phone number, and Nagy has always embraced me. Hell, I even got a signed football from Fox.
Okay.
Not that that means anything, but like
personally, it does though. Who else got one?
Right.
Period. That's some exclusive stuff. You know, Jay, I think is absolutely off the chain that Matt Nagy works hand in hand with you to see if he can't bring a little something out of his players through the music. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what I wanted to ask you. Because, you know, when I'm in the stadium, I feel like there's been a clear difference in music since you've been there. Like, you know, since I get to be in the press box, I hear the Jay-Z, I hear a lot of stuff that I grew up on that I didn't necessarily hear before you took the reins. You know what I mean? But what I want to ask, bro, is what's some of the weirdest requests, some of the weirdest requests as far as songs go that you've gotten since you've been a DJ?
The weirdest request that I've gotten was to clean up a song, and I had no idea who was rapping. And then I found out it was Josh Bellamy's song.
Oh yeah, you had to do a lot of cleaning.
Yeah. What's his rap name? I forgot.
I know the name of his label was something so wicked. It was like, now come on, Josh.
Yeah.
You sound like a scammer, bro.
And you know what? You know what happened earlier this year.
That's what I'm saying. The rap label, the name of the label said it all, bro. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, so that was probably the weirdest request, and I didn't know it was him until later. Other than that, it really don't be weird. You know, a lot of these dudes are from the South anyway, so it'll be some artists that I ain't never really heard of. But then I think, you know, and this isn't weird, this is surprising. Mac, his favorite artist is PJ Morton.
Okay.
PJ.
So, like, and as smooth as PJ is, you know, like I remember
that's interesting.
Last season during photo day, they had me DJing during photo day for the players, and I found that out, and I threw on some PJ, and Mac turned around, so I was like, PJ? And I was like,
that's behind the scenes information. You're gonna get that nowhere else other than the kickback. You know who Khalil Mack's favorite artist is, and hearing them get ready to it on the game day. You ain't gonna hear that nowhere else other than the kickback. Let me ask you a question, man. With the Bears starting out 5-1 and you know getting off to a great start, now they've hit a bit of a skid here, losing 3 straight. They need to get back going. In your vast musical catalog, what song would you pick for the Bears right now to kind of describe where they are and maybe help them get to another space?
Tevin Campbell, Tomorrow.
Oh man. Oh man.
I hope so. Tomorrow they got to get it done. They got to get it done tomorrow. Yo, Illa, obviously, you know, you work with the Bears. You get checks from the organization. So I know that I don't know if that influences you being a fan or not. Are you a Bears fan?
Oh, absolutely.
Cool. Win or loss tomorrow?
God, man, I think
you got to call on God first.
Yeah.
The Bears need to do the same thing.
You got to call on God first, man. You know, I always have a feeling, and my feelings usually end up being correct. Like, I had a feeling we was going to beat Tampa, and we did. So I think they'll break the skid tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know what that's going to look like, but, I mean, hell, what was it? Was it against New Orleans? Yeah, against New Orleans, we were in a very good position.
Yeah.
To win that. We did. I mean, let's keep it real. We did have 2 critical drops on that final drive.
Yes, we did.
That would have resulted in the first downs that got us in a field goal position to at least give us a chance to win the ball game before we took I think it was 2 sacks. So Jimmy Graham had a drop, and I can't remember who else had a drop, but those 2 drops would have given us would have moved the sticks to keep the momentum going.
For sure. I'm with you, man. I think the Bears gonna pull it out. I might change my mind by the time we get to our picks later on in the show. Illa, we gotta let you ride, man. We gotta take a break. But before we do, let the people know where they can follow you, where they can keep up with you.
Yo, follow me on Instagram, Jayilla at JAYILLA. Check me out, jayilla.com. And Yeah, man. That's pretty much it. You'll see where I'm at on IG. I'm always posting it.
Man, we love you to death, brother. Thank you so much for taking the time out your schedule. Please come back to the Kickback sometime soon.
Whenever y'all want me, I'm back. I love you, brothers. Gene,
Love, bro.
Terrence, appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you,
Much
brother.
love, Jay. Much love. Nothing but love.
We got to take a break. When we come back, we'll dig deeper into this divisional matchup, Bears and Vikings. We're going to get into some fantasy. We're going to get into our picks. And later on, you'll find out how we all did last week in our picks. Thrilled to be joined by the Bears official DJ. That was Jay Illa. Kind enough to chop it up with us for a little while. We'll be right back after this.
WIFTBPM. Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Tune in every Sunday. Don't miss it. Live from the West Center for the Black People Media Studios. It is the Kickoff Kickback. Join the conversation with the brothers, Eugene McIntosh, Herb Howard, and myself, Terrence Tomlin.
We got analysis live from the stadium. The brother Joe Lewis will be following through. We got great guests coming in, players, personnel, people.
Say what? We do our thing every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, taking you right up to kickoff.
We picking the full slate of NFL games. We talking fantasy football. Gino got you covered on all the bets. It's a kickback.
Make sure y'all join the conversation. Smash that like button, smash that share button, and continue to help us push the culture forward.
Don't miss it every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, live here from the West Center for the Black People Media Studios.
Trigger with instructor Mike on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Why? Why? Because someone told a great guy no.
No! God, please, no! No!
And he told that no, and he said, fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and turn that no into next opportunity. That's the latest book I just released. What I tell myself about no, because children who do not understand the power of rejection and the propulsion that occurs inside it becomes adults who can't take rejection. And your next opportunity could be right around the corner if you just understand how to use that no. And that's why we exist at What's in It for the Black People Media Network, because someone took a no and said, I'm going to create next opportunity. You're not silencing the voice, because that's what's in it for the black people is the truth. Not always that you want to hear. It's the shit that needs to be said, because our ancestors fought and died to give us the right of access. And who the fuck are you to tell me no? Only on What's in It for the Black People Media Network.
Hard work, we're on the go. Hard work.
And we are back live. This is the Kickoff Kickback live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. Terrence Tomlin, Herb Howard, Eugene McIntosh here with you every Sunday at 10 a.m. Thank y'all so much for choosing to be a part of it. Thank y'all for waking up with us, getting y'all ready for the full slate of Sunday NFL games. We talk Bears, we talk the entire league, we talk fantasy, we talk the sports line too. We got to get into that, G. Figure out where the money is at this week.
And I'm checking my FanDuel right now to see if I came up last night.
All right.
Don't let me down, college football.
Before we go any further, man, it was good to chop it up with Jay Illa, but let's get into the rules, man. Lay the rules down, bro.
Man, when you rock with the brothers on Sunday for the kickoff, kickback, and during the week, shout out to the What's in It for the Black People Media family, the Mays Jackson Show, the Book of Dawn, Trigger with Mike Brown, Milwaukee's World, I Said What I Said, On the Soil, and Chicago Famous with Mike Love and Diz. Man, we got rules, man. We need y'all to smash that like button. We need y'all to smash that share button. We need y'all to join the conversation and help us continue to push this content forward. Help us continue to push the culture forward. And are there stars down there, Herb? Are there stars available today?
Absolutely.
Y'all see that gold button down there? You see the gold 5-point star down there? Shout out to the brothers.
And people been supporting. People been sending them through. We appreciate it.
They have been. My bad. I'm tripping. So, yeah, if you want to support the brothers, hit that gold star down there. I see a few ballers on the line. 1 star, 25 stars, 50 stars, 1,000 stars, 10,000 stars. Whatever you can do.
We appreciate it all.
We appreciate every single bit of it. If not, it's all good. We just continue to do us, and you guys, the shares, the likes, the comments, they mean just as much as the donations. So continue to help us push this movement forward because we getting it cracking over here, man.
One other thing we like to do at the kickback, we got to get that in as well. We got to toast it up, man. It's a kickback. We got to be able to toast it up. T-Time, lead us in the toast as you always do, my brother. Wait, I think you might have yourself muted.
That's my bad. You see, the beer is already kicking in. I mean, the beer is already kicking in, brother. My bad. But, man, go ahead and raise y'all red cups. It's only right that we do this the same way we do it every Sunday morning. And toast to the brothers, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Sunday Kickback. We hope that we get your Sunday kicked off in the right way. We pouring up nice cold ones. I think Herb got something a little bit more strong in his red cup. You know how he do.
Well,
Gene,
listen, man.
I'm going with the Brooklyn Winners Lager fresh from one of your collections. Shout out to Gene for hooking me up. But definitely shout out to y'all, man. Toast.
It's toast to the kickback.
Yes, sir.
I'm a fake toast. I can't drink back here.
Yeah, don't be drinking in the production studio. You spill something out there. Big Red gonna be pulling up to the studio on his anniversary, man. Shout out to Mays Jackson. Shout out to Carrie Steele, man. Happy anniversary to you, wonderful people.
Happy anniversary.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Love y'all to death. Hope y'all enjoying y'all time off. Mays can't take no time off. I talked to Mays yesterday. We was up in the studio. We was getting some things together for Man to Mile Black Business and for Go Ladies. And I said, all right, we good. Go ahead. Enjoy the rest of your anniversary weekend gone. But, you know, he done called me 3 times already this morning. He in the chat. He can't take no time away, man. Go ahead, do your anniversary thing, man.
Mays, we got you, bro. We got you, bro.
Shout out to Mays, man. We appreciate you, brother. Happy anniversary, man. Go ahead and do something else, man. We good over here. Listen, 3-game losing streak. Not really looking good. We talked about the O-line. We talked about the defense needing to be able to force some turnovers and carry this team, put it on its back, really. Can they do that? Have you been impressed enough with the defense? I've been thoroughly impressed with the defense. I think it's a Super Bowl caliber defense. G, you feel that way or no? T, come get him, man. T, come get your brother, man.
Hey, you know how Gene ain't going.
I think the defense has played very well this year. So they've had a couple lapses. They've had a couple very undisciplined moments in key situations. But if it wasn't for the defense, we probably wouldn't have 2 wins.
That's facts. That's period.
So
That's real.
The defense has played very well this year. And like you said, man, I just feel like the key to the Bears defense has always been, even back with Gary Fensick and Wilbur and Fridge and Otis and Samurai Mike and all those guys. It was always about the takeaways. It was always about establishing that was it. From the jump. There's nothing moving.
Right.
And even with the Mike Brown and the Brian Urlacher and the Lance Briggs and Peanut, we knew there was at least one.
Somebody taking the ball with.
You said we need 2 tomorrow against Minnesota.
I think we need 2 tomorrow.
There was at least one takeaway guaranteed.
You can put it in the book at kickoff.
Period.
Yeah.
So I just feel like now is the time for those guys to look in the mirror. I'm pretty sure who's the leader of the defense, Khalil Mack or
I would say it's Akeem Hicks and Eddie Jackson personally. Those would be my two. I mean, I like Danny Trevathan. I like Khalil Mack. But I would say that I view Eddie Jackson and Akeem Hicks especially as the two leaders of that defense.
Well, I would love to see which one of those guys stepped up in the meetings this week and made his voice felt. Because I think that's what's needed now. And it's not just about the defense. It's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure they have their meetings, defense, offense, special teams, tackles, quarterbacks.
Sure.
But at one point during the week, they're in the mess. They're in the hall.
Yeah, everybody's there.
And one of those guys has to step up to the podium and let his voice be felt and let them guys know that, hey, man, this is it, guys.
Yo, did y'all hear last week that so after the Tennessee game, obviously we lost, but I told y'all that Derrick Henry wasn't going to get 100 yards, right? He ended up with like 66, 67 yards, something like that, right? And in Chuck Pagano, the Bears defensive coordinator, his press conference last week, he let go that there was a challenge from the whole team to say how many yards he would get. He said, I challenged the guy to say, hey, what's the number that we're going to put on the board to try to make that our goal for what he can get? He said, I put it on Akeem Hicks. He said, Akeem Hicks stood in front of the whole team and said, 50 yards.
Damn.
Akeem Hicks stood up and said 50 yards. And they would have done it. And Chuck Pagano was mad. He said that he had that one run that was 22 yards. He said without that one run, we would have held him under 50 yards. And that's the mentality that this defense
100%.
has. Akeem Hicks like, man, I don't care who he is. I don't care. 50 yards. He ain't getting more than 50. And they almost they were one run away from that. Without that 22-yarder, he's somewhere around 45 yards.
And I think that's exactly what's needed, Herb. It's like, okay, somebody's got to step up. We have to take on the extra challenge. We have to put some bulletin board material up there to get the guys going. I'm glad you said that. So I'm thinking that's going to be the move for the rest of the season, because it's like, okay, Dalvin Cook is, okay, maybe he's not Derrick Henry, but he's right there.
Nice.
You know?
He's
so
nice.
What's the challenge this week? And I think maybe that'll add some incentive to kind of get the job done, because still at the end of the day, man, we're going to need at least 2 touchdowns from Nick Foles. He's got to throw for 2 touchdowns. Somebody's got to step up offensively. I like you said, Darnell Mooney has been great. I think Anthony Miller still has the potential to be someone you can count on, but sometimes he shows his bonehead moments and key moments.
He does.
And Allen Robinson, like I said, I don't think he's a top receiver in the league. I do think he's on that next level. Yeah, back to that.
See, why you on that?
We got to stop disrespecting Allen Robinson. The man has had to catch passes from Mike Glennon, from Mitchell Trubisky, and now Nick Foles. You know what I mean? You give him a competent quarterback, and you're talking about a perennial Pro Bowl receiver in Allen Robinson. You know what I mean? But as far as the defense goes, I agree with everything you guys just said. Somebody has to step up. I feel like Akeem Hicks is definitely that voice that's going to come in and rally the guys. But when we look at that Tennessee Titans game, yes, they did a great job on Derrick Henry. But A.J. Brown looked like Calvin Johnson out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He looks like Megatron. They let Tannehill come out there and look like Aaron Rodgers at some points. And honestly, that's disappointing. Like, as far as this defense goes, I feel like that's something, that can't happen. They already got a bunch of pressure on them because the offense, I mean, when it comes to scoring points, it's like your offense can't score at all. So the onus on scoring is always going to be on the defense. Gene, you say Nick Foles has to get at least 2 touchdowns. I feel like the defense has to score at least 1. In order for them to come out with this W, because Dalvin Cook over the last couple of weeks has won games by himself.
21 points by himself, huh?
That's sad. That's sad. You know, I do got to give credit to Gene though, man. You asked him last week you said, can y'all name one you asked us both. Can y'all name one person on the Titans offense other than Derrick Henry or Tannehill? And I was stumped. I had nothing for you. But Gene immediately said, "Nah, my boy AJ Brown." And sure enough, he showed up and he played big, man. He had some big plays right off the bat. He had that big play. He caught the pass across the middle that should have went for about 8 yards. Eddie Jackson came up, tried to force a fumble. He broke that tackle, ended up taking it for about another 30, 40 yards down the field. They can't give up those type of explosive plays this week. You're talking about guys like Adam Thielen and some of those other receivers, the rookie Jefferson out of LSU. He's been playing really well. So they can't give up those types of big plays. And I think that came from kind of pressing to get those turnovers that we're talking about. Eddie Jackson said, listen, I was trying to come up and force the fumble out. He said, what I got to do is make sure I secure the tackle first. Get him on the ground first, limit him to 8 yards. But when that defense is pressing, listen, they are professionals, and I commend them for coming out to the press conference and they haven't said anything bad about the offense. But the fact of the matter is they're humans. They see the same thing we see. They know they out there balling, but they can't get any help from that offense. Right. Eventually, that frustration sets in, and at least, if nothing else, you begin to press a little bit. You're trying to make extra plays, and so you're trying to force these turnovers, you're trying to force these fumbles, and you give up some missed tackles, and they go for big plays.
Yep, I agree 100%.
I feel like you see that same thing on offense. Like you brought it up, Gene. Anthony Miller had that big fumble in the last game. You know what I mean? At a time where he was just trying to get a few extra yards,
right? Because
he knows that the offense is struggling to move the ball. So I feel like that symptom of frustration and trying to do a little bit extra is setting in amongst the whole team. I mean, Cordell Patterson has been extra all year. The man don't know what a touchback is. You know what I mean?
And, he bringing it out from 9 yards deep.
9 yards deep, bro.
But that comes from not trusting the offense to be able to move the ball. Cordell Patterson feels like, if I don't come out and score a touchdown,
this is our best chance of scoring a touchdown.
Oh, that's bad.
Period.
Our best chance of scoring a touchdown is him going 109 yards to the crib.
Oh, man.
That's bad. That's bad. And you see the same thing now that we've got Dwayne Harris. We signed him a couple weeks ago to be our punt returner. He's fielding everything. Okay? He's catching balls over his shoulder. He's running backwards, catching balls out of – like he's doing everything to keep – field position in our favor, and that's the key for us. We can't start drives inside the 10, inside the 5. We played. What was that team that had the punter went crazy on us?
5 kicks inside the 10. Was it the Rams?
The Rams, right? Their punter went crazy on us. Put 5 kicks inside the 10. We can't drive the ball 90 yards. We don't have that capability. We have to play field position, ball control, football, complement our defense with every single thing that we do. In my opinion, the Bears have no business ever going forward on 4th down. That doesn't complement your defense.
Period.
Help your defense. I don't care if you punt it from the 50. Put them inside the 10. Help our defense. Even if we get the first, we saw it last week. We went for it on 4th down. We got it. We still ended up punting the ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So ain't no point in really doing that to help the offense. The offense isn't good enough to help. Help the defense. Help the defense.
And then the defense, like you said, that game against New Orleans, I just couldn't understand why they weren't up on those receivers pressing, especially when the top 3 receivers are missing. You got to get up and press those guys and make them beat you. You got Jalen Johnson playing a great rookie season. He's playing like a veteran.
He's leading the league in PBUs. Pass breakups.
Come on, man. Then you got, like you said, Eddie Jackson is a Pro Bowler. And you got Kyle Fuller, who's always done his thing on the opposite side. So I think you got to – I go back to what I always said about the Miami Heat and why they were successful this year is because when you got a front office who knows the science, and Pat Riley, again, he's great at hiding his team's weaknesses and getting the best out of their positives.
Exactly.
I don't think that's what Chuck Pagano is doing. So you have to let those guys – at some point, man, you're going to be on that island alone anyway.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, put 8 in the box. Stop that immediately. And if Adam Thielen beats you down the field, so be it.
Listen, I like Chuck Pagano. I miss Vic Fangio. We got to take a break. When we come back from break, I think that's enough exclusive Bears talk until later on we get into the pick. We can talk about them a little bit more. When we come back from break, I want to get into these money lines, man. Where is the money at? Where can somebody get paid today? They got to get their bets in. They only got an hour left. We got to figure out where they can get paid. Then we'll get into some fantasy a little bit later on. Then we'll get into our picks. This is the Kickback. Terrence Tomlin, Herb Howard, Eugene McIntosh. We'll be right back.
Yep.
WIFTBPM.
Tune in every Sunday. Don't miss it. Live from the West Center for the Black People Media Studios. It is the Kickoff Kickback. Join the conversation with the brothers, Eugene McIntosh, Herb Howard, and myself, Terrence Tomlin.
We got analysis live from the stadium. The brother Joe Lewis will be following through. We got great guests coming in, players, personnel, people.
Say what? We do our thing every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, taking you right up to kickoff.
We picking the full slate of NFL games. We talking fantasy football. Gino got you covered on all the bets. It's a kickback.
Make sure y'all join the conversation. Smash that like button. Smash that share button. And continue to help us push the culture forward.
Don't miss it every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, live here from the West Center for the Black People Media Studios.
And we are back. This is the Kickoff Kickback. We are live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. Thank y'all so much for choosing to be a part of the conversation. We appreciate y'all being here. Hope y'all got yourselves getting ready for the slate of Sunday football games around the NFL. We talked about the Bears. We talked to Jay Ill. Appreciate him tuning in. He is the official DJ of the Chicago Bears. G, what's wrong, man? Why are you over there?
He must have just checked those picks, bro. He must have checked his parlay from yesterday, man.
Hey, he lost I saw like a 15 game parlay. I don't know how many games it was, but it looked like it's about 15 games. One game cost this man $1,700.
Come on, Gino. I feel like if you had a 15-game parlay and got down to 1 or 2 games, hey man, that's pretty impressive.
He knows what he's doing. He knows where to put the money at.
Gene is low-key a guru.
That's a fact.
With these picks.
That's a fact.
Bam.
You salty, bro?
Did you just see that?
I saw it. It was all green. It was green. One game was in the red that didn't go his way. It cost the man $1,700.
Colorado versus Stanford. Shout out to Stanford for jagging my Schmitty last night, man. Thank you guys.
Dang. That is unfortunate.
But yeah, 14 out of 15, man. But that's what comes with the parlay, man.
Yeah.
This is fun for me though. It's like I was listening to, I forgot the guy's name. He was talking about sports betting and how it's more entertainment than if you actually care about the money. Because obviously you care about the money, but it's a form of
entertainment. It gives you a reason to watch all the games.
All the games. And he was like, just think about it. If you bet $20, $25, $30, because that's all I do. I put 30, 40 in my account and I run it all the whole weekend.
Mm-hmm.
If I lose it, it's like I went to the movies with my lady.
Right.
You know,
right.
So
it's a tank of gas.
You know?
Right.
I can rationalize losing $20, $30.
But yeah, just want to shout out Stanford one more time for losing to Colorado and jagging my 15-game parlay.
Well, listen, man, you are the expert. You do well week in and week out. Help the people do well, man. What's catching your eye on the betting circuit this week as relates to the slate of NFL games?
Let me see, man. Right now I'm looking. I need to refresh my page because the lines are locked right now. Let me go into let me go on to DraftKings real quick.
Smart money on the Bears. Ain't that right, T?
You know what? It's an NFC North matchup, and I feel like Bill Lazor, remember that name.
Right.
If the Bears win, he's going to be getting all of the credit.
Yeah, he will.
So I feel like it's a few people itching to go ahead and put some funny money on the Bears, but I'm taking it from Gene. If Gene says go ahead and put that money on the Bears, I'm with it. If not, I'm holding my few dollars in my pocket.
Okay, I see the Bears are +3 at home against Minnesota.
That means they're underdogs. If you aren't familiar with how that system works, if you are plus, that means they expect you to lose. If you're minus, that means they expect you to win. They're saying you coming into the game, we can already you down 3, we still think you're gonna win type thing.
+3 at home versus Minnesota. I just wouldn't take that.
That is so disappointing. How are the Bears underdogs at home with a better record?
And we beat the Vikings twice last year, did we not?
Yeah.
Limited Dalvin Cook in the first game. He didn't play in the second game. But in the first game, we limited him. He didn't get off against the Bears at all. The Bears have been doing well against the Vikings for the past couple of years. The only team in our division that we haven't done well against is the Packers. We've been beating up on the Lions and the Vikings for years now.
Right.
I think the Bears going to get it done, man.
Well, hey, I think Vegas feels like how you feel, Gene. Like the Vegas ain't going off the Bears, obviously.
No, they can't. That wouldn't be a smart move. Bears +3 at the crib. I wouldn't take that. But I do see a couple good money makers out here today, man. I'm looking at I see, well, I don't know. This one might be a good one. I'm seeing Green Bay -13.5 at home versus Jacksonville.
So again,
okay.
to be clear, that means that
the Packers have to win by at least 14 points.
Right. They always set the line at 13.5. Obviously, you can't win a game by 13.5, but they can't leave it at 13 because then that'll be leave it open for ties, right? So they got to win by at least 14. And again, the general thinking of that thing is that, okay, if we give the other team 13 points to start the game, we still expect the Packers to win that game, right? And so they're saying if we give the Bears 3 points to start this game against the Vikings, they still expect the Bears to lose that game. Right. So that's pretty much how that thing works.
And a lot of the times, again, most spreads are 0.5. They do throw the 0.5 in there just to either or it. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the games are straight up.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, like the Bears, they're +3.
Oh, right. You said
because
that.
It would.
So what happens if the Bears win by 3?
It's a fold.
Okay.
So if you got a parlay, they just take that game out.
Oh,
so instead of it being a 5-game parlay, if one of the teams ties, they just act like that game was never part of the parlay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is cool.
So you wish Colorado would have tied last night?
Yeah, because then maybe I would have won 13-50 or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks, Thanks, Stanford. Fucking smart.
Colorado was balling this year. You know, it's a couple of teams that's balling this year that I'm surprised at. Indiana's like top 10 in the nation right now.
Yeah.
They just beat up on Michigan State yesterday, 24-0. Smacked them.
Wow.
Smacked them.
They got a black quarterback too, don't they?
Do they, Indiana?
Yeah, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, because who did they beat the week? Maybe not. Was it Michigan? No, they beat the top. Who was one of the top teams they beat? It wasn't last week. It was the week before.
I think they might be like Penn State or something.
Penn State, because the guy scored the touchdown in overtime. Yeah. It was a big discrepancy about that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, thanks,
Stanford. Shout out to Illinois. Shout out to Illinois and Lovie Smith getting that first win of the season.
Yeah, they came back on Rutgers, man. They were down like 10 or 13 in the third quarter. They came back on Rutgers, hit a game-winning field goal with like 20 seconds left, and they got a win.
I saw Lovie talking about not having enough players to actually have the type of practice that he wanted. But that's good that they were still able to come through and put a W on the board. Shout out to Lovie, man.
Yeah, shout out to Lovie. Hindsight being 2020, was that a good move to get rid of Lovie, or should he still be around? Because they fired him at 10-6. He had a 10-6 season and got fired.
I feel like that's still a tough question to answer, bro. Because I feel like you got to consider everything that happened after Lovie. You know, the John Fox situation, the Mark Trestman situation, and now with Matt Nagy. I feel like out of those coaches, Lovie Smith is totally the best coach out of those guys. But did the clock hit midnight on his time with the Bears? I feel like it may have. You know what I mean? Lovie Smith had a great run. And I feel like at the time, the fan-based organization needed a breath of fresh air. Now, the guy they went and got instead of Lovie, I feel like, did they get the right guy to replace him? They've had trouble with that since.
Trestman.
Oh, my God.
Mark Trestman, who completely, I feel like, set the organization back 2 or 3 years.
John Fox.
Stop it.
Phil Emery, don't forget
oh my God, Phil Emery.
Yeah,
as the
Phil
GM.
Emery, Ryan Pace. I feel like the biggest question, if you tie it into today, man, is do you want Ryan Pace? You know what I mean, making the decisions that are hopefully to make this team better, man. Like Bill Lazor, I feel like is Matt Nagy's last lifeline. We talked about last week. We talked about if Matt Nagy is going to make it till next year. I feel like we all said that he has another lifeline in order to come back and still be the coach next year.
Mm-hmm.
With him giving up offensive play calling, I feel like this is his last push. You know, if the Bears don't find a way to turn it around and win a few games and get into the playoffs, you're talking about Matt Nagy being gone. You're talking about Ryan Pace being gone. You're talking about a complete strip down of this organization to try to get these guys back on track, man. So really, since Lovie's left, it hasn't been sweet at all. It hasn't been anything as good as it was when Lovie was here, you know?
Real quick before we hit the break, you talk about all those guys being gone. Is Allen Robinson gone next year? He's in his contract year. They refused to extend him this offseason. There was some, a lot of talk back and forth about that. He's kind of put it to the side and say, listen, it's over with now at this point. We're going to take it to the end of the season. You think there's any chance he resigns?
I do, because I know the Bears can franchise tag him.
Okay,
where it gets interesting is if Allen Robinson wants to be a Bear. You know what I mean? I feel like Allen Robinson deserves better, and the longer they let this play out, you know what I mean, he's going to be, looking outside the window like, can anybody use me?
Yeah.
Does anybody want me to come play with him? I feel like, if the Bears don't franchise tag him, he's out of here.
Yeah, you got to rotate, man.
He's never had a good quarterback in his career. He's played with He's playing with Nick Foles now. He's played with Mitch Trubisky. He played with, who did we bring in last year?
Mike Glennon.
Oh my goodness,
Mike
I can't even
Glennon.
think of the man's name.
He played with
Blake
Gabbert
Boyles, and
Blake
Blaine Gabbert.
Bortles in Jacksonville. Yeah.
Yeah, he's never played with a good quarterback in his professional career. I think it has to be enticing to look around the league and say, oh, they got Drew Brees. Oh, they got Aaron Rodgers. They got Patrick Mahomes. Maybe I'll go play with one of these quarterbacks who can actually get me the football.
Oh, 3/4 of the league.
Right.
Don't forget Deshaun Watson over there in Houston is going to be looking for another wide receiver. So
he needs a true number one, which Allen Robinson is.
So, yeah, man. So take us to break, Herb.
We got to hit this break. When we come back, Terrence Tomlin's going to give us some clues on what you should be doing with your fantasy team this week. Got to get your lineup set. You got about 60 minutes left. And to be honest with you, you should be set, but there may be a sleeper or two available for you. Terrence is going to put you in the game. This is the Kickoff Kickback. We'll be right back.
Maze Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like Maze said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we're about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah?
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right. Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
WIFTBPM.
We are back at the Kickoff Kickback. Hope y'all got y'all drink of choice with y'all, man. Don't leave me out here by myself, right? I can't be out here drinking myself. I always got to convince Gene to pull up every week. T usually rocking. He always got something on the cup, but I need y'all to be rocking with me as well.
Get your IPA game up. If it was some maybe, so it's gonna be on me to stock the fridge with it.
No, let me tell you what happened today. I'm gonna do like this for real. So I'm on my way to the studio, and I think this was the curse of Ron Rilla, because Ron called me or texted me like, bro, you at the studio yet? And I'm like, nah, I'll be there in like 10 minutes, right? Because, and it's like you said, it's cool outside. It's a little rainy. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make sure he can get in the studio. But also, even then, though, I still pulled up to the Mariano's on 39th.
Okay.
And I get good and ready to get out the car. You know how you get out the car, you do all your check, your phone, keys, wallet,
phone.
Gee, I don't have anything on me. I don't have an ID. I don't have a debit card. If I did have an idea,
naked.
I'm out here dry, bro. It's
naked.
It's ugly.
Super
I'm out here.
naked.
It's ridiculous. I don't have my ID, debit card, nothing. But if I did, though, I was going in the store to get us some beers for the kickback, and that would have probably took me another 10 minutes. So
get that Apple Pay. Get that Apple Pay.
Oh, I could have used my phone. Where was y'all at?
It's 2020.
An hour ago. Dang, I do got it on my phone. I always got it on me. I don't need nothing. We out here.
Since I was remote, I was wondering if I could bring a couple extra vices into the mix, but I ain't wanted smoking in here, so I decided I'll keep it to the brew.
Listen, don't get Big Red a heart attack, man.
Yeah, I mean, at least you can do that from the confines of your own place. I mean, you come up in here with that, Big Red might just show up.
Right. Don't give Big Red a heart attack, man. He been pulled up. He been left from his resort. He got his whole anniversary weekend going on. He been pulled up. Don't give Big Red a heart attack, man.
Trying to hold folks over the balcony like, hey, what y'all on?
Right. Can you see Maze pulling up in his little silk robe and shit from his anniversary? He's trying to be outside.
My office hours.
I went 9 to 5.
Man,
Don't do it to him, T. Don't do it to him, T. T.
It's all good. No smoke in the kickback room. It's all good.
No smoke in the kickback room.
But man, are y'all ready for some fake expert fantasy talk? That's the question.
I want to hear it.
Fake expert.
I want to hear it, man. I want to hear the news, man. I believe in you. I've seen your teams. I've seen what you've done. I don't think there's nothing fake about your expertise as it relates to fantasy football, man. Now, obviously, it's hit or miss with some of these guys. You expect them to get some touchdowns, and things might go wrong. But I believe in your knowledge as a fantasy expert. I truly do. I've seen what you can do, man. So give us some gems, man. Drop some jewels.
Okay. So I told the people last week. If they had a Dallas Cowboys player in their lineup, they needed to hit the eject button as fast as they could. Right. I feel like for the most part, if people did that, they were sitting pretty. Even though the Dallas Cowboys had a pretty decent offensive game, even in a loss, their offense, fantasy wise, they didn't do it, man. So here I am getting you guys right for week 10. I know some of you guys have to rebound, so let me start with a couple of players that laid some eggs last week that I feel like are going to have explosive weeks this week. Number one player overall, I'm looking at Deandre Hopkins.
Need him.
All right?
I need him.
DeAndre Hopkins owners, I know y'all a little bit salty from last week. He only put up 6 points. It may or may have not lost you the week. It lost me a game, so I'm totally thinking that he could not do that again. That Arizona Cardinals offense is turning into one of those offenses, Herb, that are going to play well no matter who the defense is. So right now, if you guys are making a DraftKings daily fantasy lineup, stop what you're doing. Make sure you have DeAndre Hopkins in that lineup because I feel like Nuke is exploding for a huge game on offense this week. I'm thinking he's coming up with at least 7 catches, over 100 yards, and 1 touchdown for sure. Make sure that you put DeAndre Hopkins in your lineup. Now, for the people who are sitting at the bottom of their rankings and you guys are pulling from that free agent pool and you're hoping for a miracle, I have some hope for you this week. Okay?
Who you got?
Pick up any offensive players from New Orleans Saints that may be available, man. We saw Drew Brees and that New Orleans Saints offense pick up the potency last week with Michael Thomas back. I think Drew Brees hit like 8 or 9 targets in that first quarter.
Yeah.
And I think everybody ended with at least 3 or 4 catches, man. So that bodes well for guys like Emmanuel Sanders, for guys like Jared Cook, if you're looking for a streaming tight end.
Who are they playing this week?
It looks like the Saints are going to be playing the San Francisco 49ers.
The 49ers, yeah, that defense is banged up. Not a lot of talent on the outside to start with.
Absolutely.
Bourne is back, though, ain't he?
Bourne is back, but it's his first game back, so you feel like that New Orleans offense is going to test him a little bit. I'm looking at Emmanuel Sanders thinking that he may be able to find a sneaky way to get a touchdown this week, so I'm picking up Emmanuel Sanders. I need a flex player because I got a bunch of players on bye this week. So if you guys are messing with your fantasy lineup, pull it up right now. Pick up Emmanuel Sanders. Pick up Traquan Smith, and put those guys in your lineup and start them today. If it went wrong, forget I even told you that, right?
Well, those are some fantasy tips this week coming from Terrence Tomlin. He says pick up anybody that you can from the New Orleans Saints offense. He expects them to get some things done against the banged up 49ers defense. I think they should be able to do that as well. And by any means necessary, get your hands on DeAndre Hopkins. And if he is in your lineup already, make sure you start him this week.
Definitely got DeAndre. He didn't cost me last week with that 6 points, but I'm definitely looking for him to one-up that performance from last week. So I'm looking forward to it, T. I can't wait until I run into you on one of these fantasy weeks. Have I run into you yet?
I think I gave you the biz a couple of weeks ago. I got to look and see.
Yeah, that was you then. Somebody worked me. What's the name? What's your team name?
I want to thank myself.
Oh, yeah. You gave me
I want to thank myself.
Yeah, he be on one. On
I love
fantasy, man. Yeah, you gave me about a 60 ball that week. So
yeah, I ain't want to bring it up because I know that your fantasy season is not going how you wanted it to, man. But I'm sitting nice. I got 2 teams that are in the top 3 of the league right now, man. I got a team that's at the top of one of the leagues I'm in. The modern day hippies. You know how we get down. I'm running through that league, and that's the money league. So hopefully in a few weeks, I'm talking about a first place bonus. And I can bring in the beers for the week. Don't even worry. Once I win this first place bonus, I'm gonna bring a bottle for Herb and Gene. Me and you will tackle a few IPAs.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough. Listen, other than Allen Robinson, is there anybody on the Bears offense worth picking up fantasy wise?
You know what, Herb? You said a name that I've been thinking about for about 24 hours, man. The man Ryan Noll from the Bears. You know it's something about white running backs. So if your name ain't Christian McCaffrey, I'm kind of skeptical about you.
Yeah,
I'm kind of skeptical about you.
Yeah.
But with David Montgomery being out, man, we know Matt Nagy likes to use Ryan Noll. I feel like we can get a heavy dose of him, and he got into the end zone last week. So I feel like he's a decent bet to get into the end zone again. Because we're going to be seeing him in the backfield so often, I'm not sure how much of Lamar Miller we're going to be seeing, since this is going to be the first day he's even active. So I'm looking at Ryan Noll on the Bears like, you know what? I may have to put my bias against white running backs aside and throw him in if I just need a running back in a bad way. I feel like outside of Allen Robinson, you may have something there with Noll for sure.
You know what a healthy dose of Ryan Noll equals?
Oh shit! What?
Big L.
Big L.
And
Come on, you see I put it up for you, bro.
And I ain't talking about 140th in Harlem. I'm talking about
losses.
All right, man.
If Ryan Noll got to touch the ball 15 times, that's an L, right? But you know what? To be honest with you, man, I think if anytime a running back touches the ball 15 times, it generally bodes well for an offense because it means you're not chasing points. You don't have to throw it 40, 50 times. So if any of our running backs cumulatively, so we talking about Lamar Miller, we talk about Ryan Noll, Artavis Pierce, whoever it's going to be, if any of those guys cumulatively get 25 touches in terms of carries, I think that bodes well for the Bears offense this week.
How big of a key is time of possession? Because
it's critical.
Because like you guys said, when Nick Foles is handing the ball off 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and the offensive line is getting no push,
right?
At least David Montgomery is breaking the first two tackles.
Can these other guys break that first tackle?
There we go.
Remains to be seen. Lamar Miller, at his best, when he was healthy, he's one of the better backs in the league. He was a Pro Bowler for the Houston Texans. He missed all of last season with a torn ACL.
He was a Pro Bowler for the Houston Texans the year before?
In 18, I believe he was a Pro Bowler for the Houston Texans in 18. He had some really good seasons with the Miami Dolphins as well. When he's healthy, he's been a very productive running back in this league. This is his 8th year. I think in the first 7 years, minus the ACL injury, he had somewhere around 6,000 yards rushing. He's got about 40 touchdowns over the course of his career, 32 rushing and about 8 receiving. He's been a very productive back in his career. Now, coming off an ACL, got to see what he has left in the tank. He's not 23 coming off an ACL. That's different. He's about 28, 29 coming off an ACL, which is a little bit different. But if he can find a way to be productive for the Bears, I think he could be a valuable addition, especially when you talk about losing Tariq Cohen and losing David Montgomery. Getting back to the point that T made about having white running backs, there's just a couple of positions that you don't really expect to see white guys playing. One is running back. Again, outside of Christian McCaffrey, we've seen a couple guys. We've seen Danny Woodhead and things do some small things here or there, but not really be a feature back other than Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
But running back and cornerback, just not a place you feel comfortable about having a white guy there. You can call it racist, you can whatever you want to call it. They aren't the level, the caliber of athlete to go out there and sit on an island and cover the Julio Joneses and DeAndre Hopkins of the league. It's not going to happen. In my lifetime, I can name one white corner.
Name him.
Jason Sehorn.
Wow,
it's the only one.
There you go.
And he was Sehorn was like 6'4".
Yeah, that's the only one I got for you.
Yeah.
And Herb, isn't he a Heisman winner? And isn't that one of those like? If white quarterbacks got to be twice as good, right?
Yeah, he was like some great white hope coming out of college, and he played with the Giants. He might have been on that Super Bowl team. He might have been one of the first Super Bowl team. He wasn't a star in the league, but he was serviceable in terms of being a corner, especially to be a white one. But again, that's just not really. You expect to see the white guys on the offensive line, maybe defensive line. Back in the day, you saw a lot of good white linebackers. You don't even see as many of those anymore.
Right.
Some white strong safeties, not really free safeties, right? But strong safeties that can come in the box, they can tackle, they can hit. But other than that, you expect them to be offensive linemen, maybe some defensive linemen. But corner and running back, nah.
Hey man, reverse.
Herb, I'm gonna throw a name out to you. Do you guys remember Brock Forsey?
Of course.
Oh my God.
Of course.
we need Ryan Noah to have his best Brock Forsey game. Okay, man.
Facts.
Brock Forsey held it down for like 2 or 3 games, and then he sailed off into the sunset, never to be thought of again. We need Ryan Noah to be on that today.
Yeah, we definitely need Ryan Nall to get busy today. He's shown some flashes again. I don't know if obviously there wasn't a preseason this year, but last preseason he was one of the Bears' better players for preseason. Now that's not saying much. I'm not putting a whole lot of stock into that, but he has shown some ability to be a productive player at this particular level. If he can do that in the regular season against a very good Mike Zimmer coached Minnesota Vikings defense. If he can just be serviceable, I'm not expecting him to go out there and rush for 100 yards, but if he can, all purpose, give us 75 yards, he can get 40 rushing, 30 receiving, maybe a touchdown in there, cool. The Bears could be on their way to a victory. It's hard to see, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's hard to see. Yeah. It's hard to see. Listen, what you say, T?
I'm just saying when the Bears have played the way they played in the last 3 weeks, I completely understand that deep breath Gene just took, man. The roads to victory get a little bit more murky and murky as these weeks go on, man. And I feel like the competition is continuously up there. Like the Bears don't have any breaks for the rest of the year. If they want to get back on the winning side of things, they're gonna have to beat some good teams, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jaguars are the only losing team that they're going to face for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Fortunately, they have a bye next week. What's up, T?
No. I was just saying the Jaguars can put up some points. You feel me? The Jaguars can sneak up and sting you. I know we haven't gotten to the picks yet, but man, they had us on the cliff for a second. I didn't know who was going to come out on top for most of that game. So the Bears got they work cut out for them, man. And I feel like if Bill Lazor is serious about impacting this team.
Yeah.
And I feel like everything you guys said about Lamar Miller, I feel like Lamar Miller has to be a big piece of the offense today. Like I don't want to see too much of Ryan Noah. Like that's going to stink of Matt Nagy having his hand on the wheel too much. Yeah. It's like, come on, man, like spread the ball. We need to get everybody involved. You know what I mean? I'm worried. Like, here's a good question for y'all: the over/under on carries for Cordell Patterson. Who's going to have more carries, Cordell Patterson or Ryan Noah? You feel me? If it's Patterson, that means Bill Lazor is just. It might be Matt Nagy with a Bill Lazor mask on. You feel me?
Listen, we got to take a break. When we come back from break, I think I heard T hint at the fact that he may be picking the Jaguars this week. I don't remember exactly who they're playing, but we're going to go through the list of games. We're going to get into our picks. We got a lot of time to break it down, dig into why we picking each team. This is the Kickoff Kickback. Gino, T, and Herb will be right back.
Yep.
WIFTBPM.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
live from the Kickoff Kickback. We are at What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. The Kickoff Kickback every Sunday at 10 a.m. Thank y'all so very, very much for choosing to be a part of the conversation. It is our absolute pleasure to take you from 10 a.m. right up to the kickoff of the first game for the full slate of NFL Sunday. We appreciate y'all. If you haven't had an opportunity to do so, please spit the rules to them.
We need y'all to smash that like button, smash that share button, join the conversation. Again, help us continue to push this What's in It for the Black People media content forward. We got what y'all need over here. We got that black voice that's much needed in this white male-dominated society, man. It's time for the brothers to have that voice, man.
I'm going to keep it a buck with you, man. I put you, T, and myself up against any sports show they got.
I agree with you 100%.
Like dead ass. Like I bring whoever you want, whatever analysts you want, whatever commentators you want, put them in the same studio as us. We'll kick their ass.
But let me tell you this. I got to give you props because, I mean, me and T are like Scotty and Mike.
Yeah, facts.
You know what? 1, 2, Steph and Clay, Steph and KD, whoever you want to put it. But
facts. With
the addition of Herb Howard, you definitely bring something that complements what we do, and it's that voice. Because and this is not just from me and T. These are people that we talk to during the week. We see all the comments on the different shows. We hear the comments around the studio, and it's definitely a nod to you for obviously being an ex-football player, but knowing your stuff and complimenting what we do and added that much needed voice that complements the whole show. And I take our big three over any big three, period.
I received that, brother. It's an absolute pleasure to work with y'all, man. I told y'all privately and publicly, man, how much I count it as an honor to work with y'all. I'm a fan of y'all work. I respect it to the utmost. And, we're going to keep rocking, man. We're going to keep rocking. This kickback is just getting started up, man. We got a lot of great things in store for the people.
See?
Absolutely. Hey, I'm just echoing James sentiments, man. Shout out to you, to both my brothers. I got an extra brother in Herb now, so shout out to you.
I'm showing Herb what a parlay looks like. What I can turn $5 into.
These man showing me a screen right now that say he can turn $5 into $2,638.75. Shout out to Stanford again.
Gene, as you were going down the picks, I was looking at the payout for some of the parlays I'm trying to put through before the kickoff, before kickoff at noon too. So yeah, I'm them parlays, man. $1 can turn into a couple hundred if you play it right.
Hey, I bet you the bigs, because we're not gonna get into it. I'm asking the bigs every time I place a bet. I'm asking y'all first.
Touchdown with
we got
that. Hey, T, so you didn't jump down, huh?
Oh yeah, man. I told you last week it was no more sitting on the sideline for me. I was jumping in the game and going ahead and putting my expertise to work.
Let me ask y'all this. I'm sorry, T. Finish your statement. My bad. Something popped in my head, and I'm not even sure if it's legal, so I got to ask y'all first. Go ahead, though, T.
It. No. Don't go ahead. I don't want you to lose that.
Can you do like a pool bet? Like, can we like pool bread together and make a bet? Is that a thing that we could do, or is that like illegal? Because I'm thinking that we can have a kickback. I'm thinking we can have a kickoff kickback pot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
explain that a little more.
I'm saying you, me, T, Rilla, everybody that's at the kickback, throw in $5, whatever that turns into, a couple $100, whatever that's gonna be. Then we all put that on the same bet. Let you and T go through, pick those games. Everybody agree to it, and what comes back comes back. We divvy it up equally. Yeah. Is that a thing that we can do, or is that illegal? Why I'm trying to put that out there.
Nothing in the sports betting world is illegal.
Period. I think we should do that, man.
Me too.
I think we should start a kickoff kickback pot. Hey, man, y'all hop in the chat.
Hey,
let me know if that's something y'all want to do. If that's something y'all want to do, we can probably set that up for next week. Everybody we'll set up a little cash up or something. Everybody throw $5 in the pot. We'll figure out a kickoff kickback pot. We'll let G pick the games, and we see what come back. Whatever come back, we divvy it up. If you lose your $5, you lose your $5. We all put it in. No hard feelings. No blaming G or nothing, because he putting his $5 up just like everybody else putting their $5 up. And whatever comes back, we'll split it evenly. We'll show y'all trust us. We ain't finna take $5 from y'all.
And we can agree, like you said, we run it down through everybody. Who do you think? If it's a split, then we go with
we rolling with you if it's a split.
Hey,
ain't no fun unless we all get some. So I'm totally down with that.
Hey man, y'all let us know if that's something y'all want to do, because I think that could be a thing. I think we can have a kickoff kickback pot, and we might get paid up in here every Sunday.
I know, Mike. You just saw that fan in the 3 stacks.
Yeah, so your $5 could turn into one $5 bill turned into $2,700, right? So if we could turn that in, we take that to $200. What the $200 could turn into?
Ooh-wee.
You know what I'm saying?
And we ain't even got. Go ahead, T.
I'm just saying what we do is we make 2 bets. We make 1 bet with who we who we all decide, to place our bets in. Then we make another bet with the complete opposite of those bets. You feel me?
Look, T trying to cover his bet.
You hear him? You.
T trying to cover his bets early. Hey, I dig it, man. I dig it. That's something we're gonna play around with, man. If y'all with it, let us know. We can get it popping on that side for real. Because that just popped into my head. I'm like, is that even a thing we could do? I think we could do it. So y'all let us know.
Nothing is illegal in the world of sports betting.
Make them an offer they can't refuse.
Mike Brown voice.
Right.
Herb, give me some Mike Brown real quick, man.
The Bears need to unfuck their fuck. They can't run the ball. They can't pass the ball. They can't do anything. They got this world-class defense, but they aren't ready to play. Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have never in my life, in my career, I've never had more fun broadcasting than I did on Thursday.
That was great.
Sitting in for Mike Brown, hosting Triggered, man. Shout out to Tucson Warner, my co-host with I Said What I Said. He came in last minute, and we sat in for Mike Brown on Triggered on Thursday, and I was in full Mike Brown character the whole time. I saw some talking about betting. I saw sad bets in the comments that I bet you don't stay in character the whole time. And I didn't see those bets, but I was gonna be in character. Once I start, I can't stop, man. I've never had more fun broadcasting than that. It was a blast.
It was great.
Man, that was local Emmy worthy, bro. Like we need an award for that performance right there, man. Go ahead and make sure we get her submitted in for those Emmy nominations. That was special.
Hey, shout out to Mike Brown, man. He had to kick it back right now. Mike Brown, what's happening? Trigger Mike is in the building.
Mike, what up?
I've never had more fun broadcasting than that. If you did not check it out, go back and watch it. It's on the Maze Jackson page. Go back to Thursday's episode of Triggered with Mike Brown, and you will be thoroughly entertained.
Cuz, what up?
Thoroughly entertained. Listen, man, let's set the stage for these picks. There's some good games going on. Which games jumped off the slate for you? We got to get into a break in a couple minutes, but let's just set the stage for the picks. Which games jumped off the page for you, T?
I'm looking at this Philadelphia Eagles versus New York Giants game as a game I'm looking forward to, man. I feel like the Giants, and Gene, you touched on this last week, man. The Giants have been playing sneaky good football. Daniel Jones has held down the fort with Saquon Barkley out. I'm looking at that Philadelphia Eagles game as a game where the Giants have an opportunity to go ahead and jump in front of the NFC East, man. We've been calling them the NFC least. But I feel like the Giants have what it takes, man, to start pulling away from the pack. Even without Saquon Barkley, man, I feel like the Eagles, even though they're getting Miles Sanders back, are going to have their hands full versus the Giants today. So when I'm sitting here still thinking about who I'm going to pick for that one.
Any other games jump off the page of the slate for you?
You know what? The Buccaneers got to find a way to bounce back. That's I was actually, considering making Rob Gronkowski one of my fantasy picks because there's no way that Tom Brady and those guys are as bad as they were last week. I feel like Tom Brady is going to find a way to get his guys involved, whether it's Rob Gronkowski, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, or Antonio Brown coming in and solidifying that relationship. But the Buccaneers versus the Panthers are going to be without Christian McCaffrey again.
Yeah.
He came back after sitting out a few weeks last week and put up good numbers. He's back on the bench today, man. I'm looking at the Buccaneers having a big bounce back game against that one for sure. I'm looking forward to that one.
See, one last thing to set the stage before we hit this break and come back with our picks. How we do last week?
Okay. Hey, real talk, man. It was a very close week, bro. I feel like this was the best week by far over the last 3 weeks that we've been doing it. Let me just say, Gene, if you didn't pick the Jets,
fam,
and I said, bro, oh, Gene, what is you doing, bro? If you didn't pick the Jets, man, we're looking at a 3-way tie for last week. Both me and Gene. Oh, I'm sorry. If you didn't pick the Jets, you would have stood alone.
Fam.
Instead, me and you were tied.
Fam.
No. Excuse me. Let me get it clear. I did see the game. Let me clear it up, though. If you didn't pick the Jets, it would have been a 3-way tie. Me and Herb finished tied at the top with a 9-5 record in our picks last week. Gene, you were 8-6. That very last pick would have had you tied with us, man. Instead, you're pulling up the rear this week just by one game.
That's all right.
So where we sit cumulatively right now, brother?
Cumulatively, man, at the top, Gene and I are tied with a 23-16 record.
Oh, you would have been first place all along with that Jets game.
Herb, you're on our ass, bro. You right there. You 22-17, just one game back. Okay. So these picks this week matter, bro. These picks matter. Y'all got to hold it down.
All right, well, that's the stage is set. We got to take a break. When we come back, we are going to get into our picks for week 10 of the NFL season. Find out who we got, find out who you got, see what you did last week, see what we all going to do this week. This is the Kickback. Gene, T, Herb. We'll be right back.
Yep.
WIFTBPM.
Food, culture, impact. What's in it for the Black People Media is proud to support The Woodline, located at 1200 East 79th Street. The Woodline is an innovative economic center for the entire family. Stop by and try our jerk-inspired menu. Plus, get details on our new Igloo dining experience. Restaurant, event space, cultural space. For more info about reservations or our COVID-19 friendly space, visit us online at www.thewoodline1200.com.
From the wonderful What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. This is the Kickoff Kickback. Every Sunday at 10 a.m. we get together right here. We talk about the full slate of NFL games coming up this Sunday, including the Monday night game, which features our own Chicago Bears at home on the lake at Soldier Field against division rival Minnesota Vikings. The Bears are on a 3-game losing streak. They desperately need to get a win in this losing streak and go into their bye week feeling good about themselves and ready to play these last 6 games to make a real push for the playoffs. We talked about the Bears ad nauseum. Let's get into our picks for the rest of the league.
Bears got to get a win on the soil tomorrow. Man.
Mandatory. It's mandatory.
Go ahead, kick it off, T.
T, you still muted.
Without further ado, here we go, y'all. Y'all ready to put these picks in?
And
we ready.
And check this. And T, I wanted to ask you, what are you using? We not giving out no names because there ain't no bread being broken right now. But are you using FD or are you using DK?
I'm going with DK. Okay. I know you told me to go ahead and go with the FD, but I got bread loaded up on DK already, so I'm like, let me go ahead and run through that first.
Yeah, let's see that. And
we're gonna make some calls because we got to get one of them to go ahead and make this sponsorship so we can make it official out here. Because we already talked about putting together at least a $200-300 pot. If they want it,
it's only right.
You know what I'm saying?
And T, are you right now? Because I'm on FD and I'm gonna be making my picks. I'm gonna be making my picks live on air. So as we name these picks, I'm hitting the button. I'm smashing the button.
Smash that bet button.
I'm on the same thing, Gino.
All right, let's get it.
T, let's take us through it, my brother.
All right, man. Here we go. First up, we got the Houston Texans versus the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are coming off a bye week, and they just activated Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is coming back after a few weeks off. That means Kareem Hunt is back in a backup role. There's still no Odell Beckham Jr., but it's huge for them to get a weapon like Nick Chubb back. The Houston Texans are coming off of a – let me see, did the Texans win? I don't think the Texans won last. Yeah, the Texans did not win. No, the Texans did win last.
Won last week.
Yeah, I got it done. Yeah.
They were playing the Jaguars. It was a close game. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick the Cleveland Browns, y'all. I feel like Baker Mayfield is due for a big game. And I'm never going to forgive the Houston Texans for trading DeAndre Hopkins. So I'm going with the Cleveland Browns.
G, what the line say, bro?
Cleveland Browns minus 4.5 against the Houston Texans.
Where they at?
With the addition of Nick Chubb in Cleveland. The dog pound is going to come alive today. The 4.5. 4.5. Cleveland 4.5. Minus 4.5 in Cleveland over the Houston Texans.
Enough said from the brothers, man. I think the Houston Texans are cursed for getting rid of one of the premier wide receivers in the National Football League. At least this year, I have nothing for them guys. Give me the Cleveland Browns.
It's a clean sweep.
Clean sweep for the Browns. Okay, next up, we got the Green Bay Packers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm feeling like that.
Is that what you was hinting at?
If not, you know what? I feel like the Packers.
Put something on it, T. Put your money where your mouth is, bro. Go ahead. You was talking that Jaguar stuff before the break. Put your money where your mouth is, bro.
I don't know if I'm willing to go there yet. I don't know if I'm willing to go that crazy this week.
Smart man.
I'm thinking the Packers are walking away with a W in this one.
Green Bay minus 13.5 in Green Bay. Not sure about the weather, but I'm definitely taking the Packers, but I'm not taking that 13.5. I'm taking the money line. Green Bay over Jacksonville.
All right, should be a little closer than they expect, but you got those Florida boys coming up to Wisconsin late November. Give me the Packers all day.
Clean sweep.
Okay. Next up, Philadelphia Eagles versus New York Giants. This is the one I was talking about, y'all. Like, I'm looking forward to this NFC East matchup because, man, somebody has to win that division, right? At some point, somebody is going to take the lead. I low-key like the way the Giants have played over the last couple of weeks, y'all. I'm riding with them this week over the Eagles. I'm not a Carson Wentz guy. I'm riding with Daniel Jones and the Blue Men.
I'm riding with Donovan McNabb. I'm not a Carson Wentz guy either. If you heard McNabb's comments on Carson Wentz, then you know why. I'm definitely taking the New York Giants in New York plus 4.5.
The G-Man.
They might not win the game, but I'm definitely taking that plus 4.5 at the crib.
But who you got to win the game? Your money and your pick is different.
Boom.
I respect your money, but who you picking for the record?
I'm going with the New York Giants.
G-Man on the board.
Fellas, we have reached to the Giants. Come on,
we
man.
have reached our first solo dolo for the week.
Okay.
I'm riding with the birds, man.
I feel you.
Fly Eagles, fly, man. Give me the Eagles. Where's the game at again?
It's in New York.
Yeah, give me the Eagles anyway, man.
I feel you.
I'm rolling with the Eagles.
I feel that one.
All right, we'll see how that goes. You definitely are right there. You may sneak up and take us down with this one. We'll see.
Yeah,
so
man. I'm solo on that one.
We got the Buccaneers versus the Panthers.
Bucks versus Panthers.
I like that matchup.
No Christian McCaffrey. Tom Brady has a plethora of weapons going into this one with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, but they got the brakes beat off them last Sunday night.
The brakes.
The worst loss in Tom Brady's career.
Yeah.
Flood. He's gonna bounce back.
Flu flops,
right?
Straight up.
Who you got, T?
I'm taking the Buccaneers, man. No way Tom Brady goes out like that 2 weeks in a row. And the Panthers just don't have the firepower to keep up in this one.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Buccaneers.
Carolina +6 at home. I'm taking Tampa Bay. I'm gonna take the money line. I'm not sure about that -6, but I'm definitely taking Tampa Bay for the W.
I'm rolling with y'all, man. Clean sweep. I don't see them getting whooped like that 2 weeks in a row. I don't see them taking another L 2 weeks in a row. No Christian McCaffrey for the Panthers. I'm riding with the Bucks.
Okay.
3 for 4.
Another clean sweep on that one, Herb. You're sitting by yourself on just one game so far. Next up, man, we got the Washington football team versus the Detroit Lions. This is one where I'm probably not going to watch any of it. Yeah, I'm not going to watch any of this game at all. You feel me? I'm definitely just going to be looking for the final box score on this one. I feel like the Washington football team is playing with fire, bro. It's absolutely no way or reason why Alex Smith should be on a football field. I don't care if he's the backup, the third. He needs to be. He can be on your roster. He better not be on the field. I'm going with the Detroit Lions to win this one easily.
He say easily.
Yeah, I'm going with you, T. Detroit -2.5 at Ford Field. I'm definitely taking the Detroit Lions, and I agree with you. Shout out to Alex Smith for making a comeback The 30. Did you see the special? The
I did not.
ESPN special? Yeah, you
It was
need
a
to
long
see
row,
that.
huh?
Oh man, it was gruesome. They
He
showed
got one of
his
those.
leg.
He playing with one of those iRobot limbs, bro. Like,
really?
Oh, you need to see it.
Oh, I gotta watch it.
It's unbelievable. It's
Wow.
really unbelievable. It's really a huge big up to Alex Smith for coming back from that, because that looked deadly.
It would have been easy to just retire.
Oh,
And like,
by
man,
far.
just let me just walk around.
You saw what LT did to Joe Theismann back in the day.
Yeah, he had that.
I think it might have been worse.
Hey,
Yeah.
that is one of the most iconic video images in NFL history, right? That clip of Lawrence Taylor taking Joe Theismann, slamming him to the turf, and then as vicious, as relentless, as unforgiving of a player that has ever graced the National Football League, Lawrence Taylor, immediately gets up. He's like, please, like, come get him. Like,
This ain't
it's
right.
bad. Like, it's bad. Like, to see him do that, you knew that man was in trouble. If Alex Smith came back from that, and the miracles of modern medicine are different than back then. ACL used to be a career.
It was over.
You know what I'm saying? Now that's an 8, 10, 12 month thing. You can come on back. But man,
not hurt.
Yeah.
Please
Watch
go
it.
and find that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gene.
I was just gonna say it was inspiring because oh man, I don't even want to relive that because I can see it. It's vivid. The leg before, during, and after. I couldn't believe that Alex Smith was gonna make a comeback. Shout out to that guy. But yeah, L's today.
What does it say about the Washington football team that they're willing to put out Alex Smith with an iRobot leg instead of playing Dwayne Haskins, bro, who they drafted in the first round just 2 years ago?
Says they missed.
Kang Mufasa Red said Alex is the whack up QB.
The whack up QB. Listen, man, salute to that man for coming back. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Salute to him. Salute to him and L to him.
L to him.
Give me the Detroit Lions. I'm riding with y'all.
Yes. Okay. another clean sweep. Hey man, we depending on how this goes, we're gonna be tied up again. We'll see how this one goes. But I'm definitely thinking that's the easiest pick of the day. The Lions are totally walking away with this W. Next up, man.
I don't think it's that easy. I don't like the Lions enough to think they're gonna whoop nobody. I think they're gonna win by like 3.
Fair.
I agree with that.
That's fair. That's definitely fair. You definitely can't get the Lions any short victories. I feel you on that. Next up, we got the Buffalo Bills versus the Arizona Cardinals.
This is one right here.
The Cardinals are coming off a tough loss to the Miami Dolphins. We saw Kyler Murray pretty much had the best game of his career last week. 100 yards on the ground, over 250 through the air, 3 touchdowns. But a loss to the Miami Dolphins. They're going up against a Buffalo Bills team who a lot of people are saying Josh Allen is a MVP candidate. How are you guys picking this one?
I'm going with the Buffalo Bills +3 in Arizona.
Ooh. I was waiting for one thing, and that was just to find out where the game was.
In Arizona.
If them Phoenix boys had to go to Buffalo mid-November, I was going to take Buffalo. Inside in Arizona, I'm going to roll with Kyler Murray, D-Hop, and I'm going to go with the Cardinals on this one. Not a whole lot of confidence in that pick, but I'm going to roll with the Cardinals on this particular pick. Kang Mufasa Red is on something right now. He is cracking me up. He says, Alex Smith can go to L.
I saw it.
Hilarious. Hilarious. Put me down for the Cardinals, though, T.
Okay. T.
Okay. I got the Redbirds for you, I heard. Gino, what you feeling?
Oh, I got Buffalo +3, man. I'm rocking with Josh Allen and company, especially after what they did last week to Seattle. I'm all in.
Gene, do you remember we talked about that Seattle Seahawks defense, though? You said
I remember. They
can score 40 and give up 40. That's exactly what happened last week. The Buffalo Bills got an offense that, can score in high volumes. Unfortunately, I think the Arizona Cardinals just are a better team this year. I love Kyler Murray. I may be the president of the Kyler Murray fan club.
Okay.
I feel like the man is next up. And I just feel like DeAndre Hopkins can't lay an egg the way he did. I'm counting on a big day from this Cardinals offense. I'm going with Arizona.
Okay, I'm Solo
G. Solo Dolo.
Hey, good luck with that, Gino.
Hey, man.
I feel like this is one of those games that can go any way for sure.
Hey, that's the drop we got to get for the Solo Dolo. We got to get that drop from Belly Is this that nigga? Is this the illest nigga in Nebraska?
Is you about it, fool?
Right, is you right. We got to get that drop for the solo dolo piece.
Or, I don't like that shit, nigga.
I don't like that shit.
I don't like that shit, nigga.
I like that. I like that. Let's roll
We
with it.
definitely need both of those. We definitely need both of those.
T, what's next, brother?
We got the Broncos versus the Raiders, y'all.
Division game.
I'm looking at this. It's going to be a toss up for me. I feel like the Denver Broncos are a well balanced team, but the Raiders are one of those teams that can sneak up and bite you. Both of these teams are average, but I'm feeling like the Las Vegas Raiders got the edge in this one. I'm rolling with Vegas.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Las Vegas Raiders at home -3. I'm definitely taking that spread. I like what I saw from the Raiders earlier this season. It was very early in the season. It may have been the first or second game of the year.
They had an impressive win against the Chiefs.
The Chiefs, that's who it was. I like the game plan. I think John Gruden is really good when the odds are very stacked against him.
I agree.
And then I think, like T said, these are two average teams, but I think the Raiders have, more talent, obviously. Looking for a big day from what's my tight end? Waller.
Yeah.
I got him on my
Waller,
fantasy team. So I'm looking for a big game from him. But yeah, I'm taking the Raiders -3 at home.
I dig it, man. They at home. They in Vegas. It's a division game. I am a big fan of Vic Fangio. I love Vic Fangio. I love when he was the Bears DC. I'm glad he got his opportunity to go out there and be a head coach. It hasn't really come together for him just yet. Right. I really wish it does, but at the same time, I kind of wish it doesn't, because as much as I like Chuck Pagano, if Vic Fangio get fired today, he can come back and be our DC.
Easily.
You know what I'm saying? like I'm with that. That being said, man, I'm also going to roll with the Raiders. We got a clean sweep on the Las Vegas Raiders over the Denver Broncos. See, we got to pause it right there, man. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hit the second half of the full slate of NFL games, put our picks in. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us here at the Kickback. Hope y'all having a good time. Herb, T, G, we'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
Maze Jackson. If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like Maze said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we're about 60 years old. I be done had a heart.
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah?
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
About National Join a Positive Black Organization Day, because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
We back. We have the Kickback, man. G, how you feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. Happy to be in the building, man. I see everybody out there on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, sharing the video, man. We appreciate it. Much love. And like me and her was just talking about, we miss T in the studio, but it's always a get on regardless. Virtual, whether he's in person or not, it's a get on. Feeling like he's right here. Ron holding it down on the other side of the boards. But yeah, man, this 2 hours is feeling much more like it, man. I felt like an hour we were kind of trying to push too many things into those tight segments. Yeah. Now we got much more time to give our clear thoughts, give more descriptive thoughts, and just feeling more like a family atmosphere, being around the guys for a little an hour more.
Yeah, it's a kickback instead of a pull-up. You know what I mean?
It really do feel like a kickback in here, too.
Yeah, it does.
Instead of a pull-up, it's feeling like a kickback. I like that, Herb.
T, how you feeling, man?
Is he over there muted again?
He muted. It's the beer, man.
What you doing over there,
He keep
man?
forgetting to hit the mute button every time.
I got to get used to the remote access. I ain't trying to be here too long. I'm definitely missing my brothers in the studio. Wish I was in the West End for the Black People Media Studios right now, but like Gino said, there's no way I'm missing the kickback with my brothers. I totally think we got something special, man. Like you guys touched on earlier, you can't turn on the radio, you can't turn on your TV and catch anything like this, man. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in to the kickback. Before y'all go ahead and get ready to sit down and pop your brews and spark your joints, eat, fix your plates for a full day of football on Sundays. I'm happy y'all can make us part of y'all plans. And we look forward to keep, pushing this forward, man. We got some fun things, up our sleeve for the coming weeks, man. So y'all got to stay in tune and stay locked in with me, Gino, Herb, and the West Center for the Black People family. We doing special things, that for sure.
10 minutes till kickoff in Week 10 of the National Football League. T, take us through the rest of the games.
Here we go, man. This is the bread and butter right here, y'all. Chargers versus Dolphins, man. Now, the Dolphins are coming off a huge win against the Arizona Cardinals. Their rookie quarterback, Tua, is looking like a veteran. He's looking like he has that edge that you want out of a special rookie. But they're down a wide receiver, man. Preston Wilson is on the injured reserve and won't be playing today. It means Devontae Parker over there in Miami is the lone receiver and has a lot on his plate. Justin Herbert and the guys are coming off a tough loss versus the Raiders. I feel like Justin Herbert, in that same breath, has to be at the top of your list for Offensive Rookie of the Year. The man is special, has a special arm. He's looking like one of those guys that can throw the length of the field sitting on his butt. So
he does. He has a cannon.
I literally just flipped the coin, y'all, because I feel like this is going to be one of the matchups of the week. I'm going with the Miami Dolphins. I love that defense. If you make any mistakes, man, they may end up in the end zone. So I'm going with the Miami Dolphins over the Los Angeles Chargers in this one.
I'm with you, T. I'm going with the Miami Dolphins -2.5 in Miami. Loving what they're doing with Tua out there. Again, back to my Pat Riley mode of exploiting what your star player does well and hiding his weakness. And they're not going to put Tua on an island for him to fail. It's all about the time of possession. It's all about using every single one of their weapons, whether they're star quality or not. These guys go through the week knowing what they're best at, and I think the Miami Dolphins are doing a great job so far putting Tua in position to lead his troops. So I'm taking the Dolphins -2.5 in Miami.
I'm with you, man. They found their formula to be able to win. That's all you really got to do. Find your formula that works for you. It don't have to be the same formula as every other team. It don't even have to be the same formula from last week. It works for you. Get it done. They're finding a way to get it done. The AFC East is as weak as it's ever been. The Bills are obviously a good football team. Patriots, not so much. Jets, absolutely trash. So the Dolphins are stepping into that second spot right now. I'm rolling with the Dolphins over the Chargers.
Clean sweep.
Okay, another sweep for the Chargers versus the Dolphins. Next up, we got the Bengals versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, y'all. The Pittsburgh Steelers are looking like one of the top two teams in football, up there with the Chiefs. The Bengals, on one hand, though, are looking like the comeback kids. I've been liking them the last few weeks. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is going to be a tough game for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I feel like that Tomlin energy is going to be enough to get them over the top in this one. I'm rolling with the Steelers over the Bengals.
Definitely rolling with the Steelers -6.5 in Pittsburgh over the Cincinnati Bengals. Looking for them to go, 9-0 this week?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever picked the Bengals to beat the Steelers. Today ain't going to be that day either.
At all.
Give me the Steelers.
Smart man.
So y'all are saying the Steelers remain the only undefeated team in the league still, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we got the San Francisco 49ers versus the New Orleans Saints. I don't know who's starting for the 49ers. I feel like everybody that matters is out. Meanwhile, the Saints are going to be at full power. They got everybody back for the second week in a row, man, which means it's time to start worrying about the Saints. The Saints are picking up another W this week versus the 49ers. I'm picking New Orleans.
New Orleans it is, 9.5 at home in the Dome, in the Superdome. Or is it the Mercedes-Benz?
The Mercedes-Benz Superdome, I think.
Okay, yeah. I'm taking Drew Brees and company at home -9.5 over the very much decimated San Francisco 49ers.
I know he mysteriously missed a lot of games because of injury / behavior / we don't know what the hell happened with Michael Thomas and why he missed so many games. I'm going to go out on a limb. I think he's still going to get 1,000 yards this year.
That's crazy.
The Saints are hitting their stride. They put it on the Bucs last week. They're going to put it down again this week. Give me the Saints.
They are.
Okay. Next up, we got the Seattle Seahawks versus the Los Angeles Rams. I feel like if it's any reason that the Seahawks are not in that Super Bowl picture, it's gonna be because of that weak ass defense. It's one of the worst defenses in the league. We can score on those guys. I feel like if we got together, we could put up at least 14 on the Seahawks defense. But I'm not a believer in the Rams at all. I think that Russell Wilson and the Seahawks are going to find a way to get back on the winning side of things this week. I'm running with the Seahawks over the Rams, man. How y'all feeling?
I'm definitely taking Seattle +2.5 in LA. I don't know what's the science behind that spread, behind that +2.5, but
it's got to be the defense. Like the Seattle Seahawks defense is that bad.
And I don't see the Rams putting up 30 points today. So I'll see Seattle
Herb looking like he got something on his mind. He looking like he's about to take a jump off of the deep end, bro.
I'm feeling kind of dolo-ish. I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling kind of dolo-ish on this one.
But
they in L.A.?
They're in L.A.
Is this a Sunday night game?
This is a Sunday afternoon game. This is probably going to be the CBS game.
This is the most Sunday afternoon games as far as late afternoon games that the NFL has ever had. Like I'm looking, it's like 8 games at 3 o'clock today. That's crazy.
I'm looking at
The Seahawks lost last week to the Bills.
Yep. It was a close one too.
Don't forget,
the Rams. I'm taking the Rams. I'm taking the Rams.
No, Herb, what did you do?
Tell him again, Ron.
You capping over there, my boy.
Y'all can see I don't feel hella confident about it, but I feel I'm leaning that way.
I hear you.
I'm just leaning that way.
Did you see what happened to Gene last week? Did you see Gene did the same thing with the Jets, and it cost him?
And I'm feeling good about my Dolo pick for Philly, and I don't want to cancel out my Dolo Philly pick by taking this pick. But I can live. If I'm wrong, I can live with it. If I go Seahawks and the Rams win, I won't be able to live with it. So I'm gonna roll with myself. Dolo on the Rams.
Dolo on the Rams. Okay, Herb.
Good luck on that one, brother. We'll see how you shake down soon.
Sorry. Herb will be
Next up, man.
Jalen Ramsey put DK on ice.
Good luck with that. Hey, next up, we got the Ravens, Lamar Jackson and crew versus Cam Newton. Gene, I know you're going to call him Scam.
I beat you
but
to it.
Cam Newton and the Patriots versus the Ravens. I want to see who you guys got because I'm feeling kind of herbish on this one. I want to see how you guys go.
You know I need my bro to tell me when, where, and the line.
I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens -6.5 in New England.
Ooh. Yeah, me too. I'm tripping.
Yeah. They don't forget scamming them. Almost lost to the New York Jets last week.
Give me the Ravens, man. If Sam Darnold can take you to the wire, LJ will push you past it.
All right, Sam Darnold.
Or Flacco,
Joe Flacco, exactly.
Bumps.
Exactly.
Let me tell you guys, man. I actually watched that Ravens game early last week, and that Ravens offense for the first half of the day was absolutely terrible. I thought that they were going to be losing that game. It took a very special second half from the reigning MVP Lamar Jackson to get the Ravens over the hook, man. They simply just can't throw the ball. Lamar Jackson doesn't have anybody to throw it to. With that said, the Patriots suck. I'm going with the Ravens.
Oh, I thought you was finna go out there, Dolo.
You know he got ties to Baltimore. He's never betting against them.
Morgan State in the house.
Unless it's that Tomlin energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad y'all are catching on to my trends. I'm definitely Ravens out over here. I'm
my man is a football coach at Morgan State right now, man. He the DC or D-line coach right now.
Man, you got to link me. We got to bring him on the show, Herb, man. That's a family member right there.
He's super dope, man. He played football. He played DN at Illinois. I actually coached with him at probably about 5 years ago. And now he's out at Morgan State, man. So shout out to him, man. That's my man for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. Here's the finale, man, before we get up out of here. Vikings versus
Vikings.
Bears.
Give me the Vikings minus 3.5 at Soldier Field.
Herb, how you feeling, bro?
Hey, man, listen, I ain't got time to be playing with y'all. Dalvin Cook won't get 100 yards.
He might not.
We're going to get 2 turnovers on the defense. Give me the Bears at home Monday night. Give me the Bears at home Monday night.
This is what happens when you lead with your heart, man.
Herb, the Bears are without David Montgomery. All right, not saying
we've been
that
without David Montgomery the last 5 weeks. We can't run the ball no way.
You have a point with that one, but I feel like the Bears are on a nosedive right now, and the Vikings are reclaiming their spot in the division. I'm riding with the Vikings in this one. I'm sorry, Chicago, man. It's going to be a while for I'm looking at the schedule. It's going to be a while for they get another W.
I'm not sorry.
They put themselves in this position.
Thank you, Herb.
You made your bed. You got to lay in it.
Thank you, Herb.
I think they save their season tomorrow night, go into the bye at 6-4 with a chance to finish these last 6 games and make a push for the playoffs.
Bear down. Let's get it.
Bear down or nothing. Yo, T, brother, we missed you in the studio today. Love you to death. Look forward to having you back in your rightful spot, running point at the kickback as soon as possible, man. Thank y'all so very, very much for tuning in. We greatly, greatly appreciate you. Huge shout out to Jay Illa, the Bears official DJ, for checking in at the kickback earlier.
The illest.
The illest, man. Listen, we got to get up out of here. I'm dolo on 3 teams. I got the Bears, I got the Eagles, and I got I forgot the last team I just picked because I didn't even want to pick them in the first place.
You dolo on 3.
The Rams.
The Rams. I'm dolo
You
on
already
1.
know better.
You dolo on 1? Who was you dolo on?
Who was I dolo on, T?
Gene, you were dolo early on. I think you riding with the Bills instead of the Cardinals.
Right. I'm taking the Bills, yeah.
And T, where you was dolo at?
I'm not dolo at all this week, y'all.
Dolo T ain't dolo.
He played it safe.
He trying to sit on his little league.
Man.
He trying to sit on his little league. Let me find out that's how you playing. Listen, we out of time. We got to go, man. Y'all enjoy the full slate. What'd you say, T? My fault.
I was just saying I'm taking a strategic approach to this week. We'll see.
That's smart.
Well, that's gonna give us our way to take over that top spot.
Yeah.
Listen, man, thank y'all so much for coming to the kickback. We appreciate it, y'all. Hope y'all are fully set and ready for the full slate of games this Sunday. Got your fantasy team set, got your picks set, got your Bears analysis set. All of the picks are in from around the league. This has been the kickoff kickback right here at What's in It for the Black People Media for the homie Ron Rilla and the homie DJ doing all of the hard work behind the glass in the production studio.
Appreciate you, brother.
For my brother Terrence Tomlin and my brother Eugene Thompson. Who the hell is Eugene Thompson? Eugene McIntosh. My name is Herb somebody. We'll catch y'all next Sunday. He on the kickback. Hey, I saw some of y'all responding about that potential of putting together a full pot for the kickoff kickback. We're going to get that thing rocking. If we don't get it popping next week, we'll certainly have it in place by the week after so we can get that thing going and see if we can't make some money for everybody here. We all have a rooting interest in here. Man, y'all enjoy the full slate of games. We will see y'all back here next Sunday at 10 a.m. Until then, y'all be good to each other. Peace.
Salute.
WIFTBPM.